Why did I choose such a method for transcommunication? In my long experience of 20 years with transcommunication, back then known as electronic voice phenomenon, EVP, I have encountered various methods of recording techniques and also different resulting experiences regarding interpretation and significance, even within group settings. Some recording techniques yield only a few words that can be interpreted in various ways. When played in a group, interpretations of the recorded voices will vary widely. The discussion may revolve around the validity or absurdity of these interpretations. Critics may attribute them to confabulation, which may indeed be the case in some instances. It is possible that voices coincidentally relate to a subject matter referred to as relevance in these circles. But what does this ultimately achieve? While it's remarkable to perceive individual words from what seems like another realm, whether explicable or not, the overall utility remains minimal. I believe that the creators of this phenomenon had much more in mind when they brought it into existence. The deeper meaning or conveyed message, along with the process of the observable phenomenon, the technique used to obtain the messages, might be relevant for the 3D world, but not necessarily aligned with the creator's intent behind this phenomenon. Therefore, ultimately, the technique used for recordings doesn't matter. What influences the results is the resonance of the realms reached. As mentioned before, the role of the recorder, the medium, is crucial, as is the medium's current state of being. Additionally, the question posed, or the topic at hand, will elicit a resonance from the other side inherent in the topic itself. Questions regarding personal matters, in my experience, are not answered as profoundly as topics stemming from broader groups of people or deep ethical and moral concepts. Now, onto some specific experiences I've gathered over 20 years. The results achieved almost exclusively through digital means, in the form of audio files, were by no means immutable. The belief that an audio file's meaning couldn't change upon re-listening has proven incorrect. I attribute these changes to spatial and temporal, as well as biological deviations. Even the recorder has changed over time. Even the significance of content changes with the recorder's gained experience. Therefore, I answer negatively to the question of whether the audio files can be re-listened to by others. It simply doesn't make sense. The meaningful content is accurate and important at the moment of recording. Future events predicted can be verified. I've already received some examples from the other side. Addressing the recorder by name, either first name or nickname or both, constitutes an empirical experience that is difficult or impossible to explain conventionally. For some names that have phonemes or consonants similar to other words, confabulation often occurs, which is certainly valid. However, when life circumstances or descriptions of the environment or time are added, and there's a connection to the posed question, explaining it away becomes challenging. As a result of my experiences, I've adopted a recording method that I've been practicing for several years now. The raw material consists of an audio file of a stream which, using EVP, a program by Stefan Bion, CVTF, is randomly broken down into the smallest phonemes, assuming one believes in randomness. The probability of creating something meaningful from these pieces after reassembly is quite low according to probability theory. The reassembled parts are then saved in a new file, MP3 or WAV, and listened to using music software. While listening, small passages are randomly selected and checked for meaningful content. The results are documented by my life partner. Whole sentences can be formed from connections between 2 or 3 words in the order they appear. The language often used is very old or colloquial, in a way not used today. Grammar is not a concern, and word creations are not uncommon. I listen with headphones, ensuring that what I hear is transcribed faithfully, even if it doesn't make sense or the words are unfamiliar to me. It often happens that names or words that were previously unknown to me make sense after researching them on the internet. Some meanings or knowledge have yet to be revealed to me, leaving me surprised by the sense they eventually make. Since this listening method and its associated procedure have led to extensive results that were spiritually and practically enlightening, I don't endorse open recordings with speakers and multiple individuals discussing the hard audio sequences. Hartmut Alt.